Well, moving right along through the other vehicles of the fleet that seldom get touched, the SL600 could use an oil change. It hasn't done very many miles since the last dealer service. However, the car has been totaled and rebuilt and driven a little bit since then over the course of several years. So I do think that it is time, and I'm just going to go right ahead and do it. So got the dipstick pulled just a little bit. I'll have to, good Lord, get that out. And then you also have to pull the left air box because the oil filter is right down in there. So, yippee. This vehicle is topsideable, but since I'm going to be doing an oil analysis, I'm going to put it up in the air and really get the pan drained out. So, anyway, like I said, I'm going to start with the airbox. These are a little bit of a pain in the ass, but whatever. All right, airbox is just a single 10 right here. Then it lifts out and up. Luckily, my 996 Porsche 911 oil filter cap thingy seems to fit because it does not have a regular lug on it. So I'm going to go ahead and try to rip that off real quick. And then we will go bottom side and drain all the rest of the oil. Looks like we got a little bit of coolant coming out of there. That's a bummer. These radiators are actually impossible to find, so if that starts really leaking, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. So this is a really big filter element. I usually like to get the box for the new one situated so I can hover the old used filter and get it contained without dripping too much. This filter actually looks phenomenal. And slow is the name of the game with these canister style filters because they do need to drain out a little bit. Wow, that's a big filter. So I definitely did spill a little bit, but not too bad. Then we got the old filter, which looks phenomenal. And then we have the top of the housing here. I do need to get a pick and replace this little O-ring right here, which comes with any filter kit. And then I've got a little crush washer too for the drain plug. So let me wipe my hands off, get all that cleaned up a little bit, get that O-ring swapped, ramrod that new filter in there, which that's an OE, that's a Hengst. And the one I pulled out looks like junk, even though that was put in by a dealer. So weird. And in my opinion, these do not need to be tight. So just watch. And basically, as soon as it stops moving, right there, that's it. Don't actually torque on it because it doesn't need it. Things are made out of plastic and the O-ring seals whether it's torqued down or not. So again, just be cognizant of that. Oh, great. Looks like I've got to deal with a belly pan. And I see a little bit of seeping these days too. Not sure exactly. I know this car was into the dealer many, many years ago, and they said some engine gasket was starting to seep a little bit, but big deal. Old car. So it looks like these are 10 mils. Go ahead and take that off and see what I can see. Looks like a 13 for the drain plug. Also looks like the sump has been scraped at some point, but honestly, things are in pretty okay condition. I have to reposition what's left of this fender liner a little bit. Body shop didn't exactly do that justice. And then this temperature sender was strapped basically right to the oil cooler, which I now understand why the temperature readings were so wrong. So I'm going to try to get that up into the front bumper where it belongs. But anyway, let's drain this oil. Now time for 9 quarts of the good stuff. Filter looks dry, so that's good. Check the dipstick, make sure our level's okay. Should be good. Put the airbox back in and take her for a quick test drive. It ended up taking a little over 9 liters with a filter, so not 9 quarts, just for the record. This is a thirsty gal. Oh, I need to put an oil change sticker on the windshield too. Shoot. But overall, that went pretty smooth, I gotta say. When I ordered these, I wish I could have just said next service. It always says last service. Anyway, let's take her for a drive. Check engine lights on for, I think, the evaporative emissions, something or other. Something I deemed, oh, you can hear the fender liner there. Something I deemed non-critical for sure. I think we've had this car for almost 20 years now. Incredible. It's been with us almost twice as long as the original owner. Came out of Tucson, Arizona, now, of course, Minneapolis. Does sound fantastic, I will say. Another plus side, relocating that temperature sensor seems to have worked because we are at full temperature and it's reading accurately. So, all is well. Running sweet as a nut. This thing will perpetually have ADS and that check engine light on, but I just don't care. Someday I'd like to figure out what's wrong with the heater panel. I did just want to see 119C 150. I think one of the catalytic converters is partially plugged on this thing. But maybe not. Anyway, she runs great. V12s just sound so good.